Middlesex kept up the pressure on the Clydesdale Bank 40 Group A leaders Sussex with a comprehensive 7-wicket victory over Derbyshire at Lords, a win that came with 11 overs to spare. Luke Sutton won the toss and decided to have a bat first, with Chesney Hughes and Martin Guptill, the New Zealander, looking to get the East Midlanders off to a quick start on a green-tinged pitch at the home of cricket. But it wasn't too long before both men were out. Hughes on 7 chased a ball from Stephen Finn and was caught at slip by Neil Dexter. Then in Finn's third over, he also removed Guptill for 9 with a leg before decision. It was to be a memorable night for Finn, who was to go on to record his best ever figures in this competition. With the England man bowling so well, Derbyshire just couldn't kickstart their innings, and they started to look for runs which weren't really there. A better throw would have seen the back of Wes Durston. Having survived that and seen the dangerous Finn out of the attack, Durston was able to advance the total as he took on Tom Smith. He hit a full toss to the fence and then followed that up with a drive over long off for a maximum, as he and Wayne Madsen put on 51 in 10 overs. But Derbyshire couldn't stop losing wickets, which put them in some trouble. Madsen was bowled by Stephen Crook for 20 at 67 for 3 in the 15th over. Durston mishit Smith to Jamie Dalrymple to depart for 45 at 96 for 4 in the 21st. Greg Smith was run out by his namesake with a direct hit from backward point. And Ross Whiteley holed out off Dexter for 9 to leave the visitors on 125 for 6 with just 10 overs of their innings remaining. With those wickets falling, the going was now a tad sluggish for Derbyshire. Gary Park tried to make the most of anything he was offered, but then Finn returned to blow the tail away. He had Park held by Tim Murtagh in front of the mound stand for 25, an innings containing only 1 boundary. He then bowled Stefan Jones off his leg for 4 and claimed his 5th wicket by striking the stumps of Tim Grunewald to finish with figures of 5 for 33 from his very impressive 8 overs. Tony Palladino did manage to strike his final ball for 4, as Derbyshire ended their 40 overs with just 173 runs on the board and 9 men out. That was never going to be enough against a well-drilled Middlesex outfit. They'd put the disappointment of the T20 campaign behind them to go well again in this competition. After David Malan had hit the first boundary of the innings, Scott Newman thrashed a delivery from Palladino into the hands of Madsen to go for 7 at 22 for 1. But all that did was bring in the big hitting Paul Stirling. He wasted no time in putting bat to ball to find the boundary. Even when he seemed to commit himself to a shot early, giving the bowler a chance to redirect the ball, Stirling was equal to it as he got his side off to a very solid start. Palladino was swatted for a 6 by the Irishman, who's become a very handy man to have at the top of the order in the short form of the game. He'd made 43 off just 33 deliveries this time when he fell leg before to Jones, who, on this occasion, did get the ball in the right place. But the Panthers were already well ahead of the rate thanks to Stirling, and they still had Malan there, batting well. He was able to ease his way to 41, but was then beaten in the flight by Smith and stumped by Sutton, leaving Middlesex on 97 for 3 midway through the 17th over. All it took from here was for Dexter and Chris Rogers to bat sensibly and give the opposition no chance of getting back into this contest. And that's exactly what they did in what was a thoroughly professional display from a side which has now won 6 of its 8 40-over matches this summer. Rogers would have enjoyed this moment as he swept Smith for a 6. Rogers, of course, was a Derbyshire player for 4 seasons overall until he joined Middlesex in the winter. That gave him just that extra incentive to be there at the end, and there seemed no chance of that not happening as he utilised the sweep shot well on his way to an unbeaten 38. There were still 66 balls remaining when Dexter drove Smith for the winning boundary to finish on 42. He and Rogers had put on 77 in just 12.5 overs to complete what was something of a thrashing. It was a superb performance from the Panthers, who now have 12 points with 4 games left to play. Overhauling Sussex at the top of Group A may be a challenge, but at the moment they are the best second-place team. If they can keep up this kind of form, then a place in the semis is a real possibility.